think it's, yeah, it's time for a nooner. Time for a nooner. I wasn't sure, but yes, it's time for a nooner. We're going to talk about the Star Wars 12-inch figures. I hadn't really, I've done a video on them, but I hadn't done like a nooner video where we just kind of talk. And the nooner, as you know, just to get the conversation going in the comment section and everything. Now, growing up, I've talked about it before, my grandma probably just spoiled me and my brother when it came to Star Wars. We had everything when it came to Star Wars figures. The only thing I can remember not having is the Star Destroyer for the figures. We remember looking for it, could never find it, and I think after we gave up finding it, other things came out, so we moved on and never did get it. It's about the only thing from the line until we grew out of it that I can think we didn't have. But the 12-inch line, honestly, did kind of escape me. I wasn't into it. I don't have a lot of memory of them. I do know I had a Luke Skywalker, and I know I had my brother, I think, might have had Luke Skywalker, and I had, because I know I had a Han Solo. I might have had both. I'm getting kind of fuzzy on who had Luke, but there was a Luke around the house. I can remember playing with these. We had a basement in our house, so that tells me it wasn't at my grandma's house. So must have got them for Christmas, or I must have got them somewhere else, because everything we got at my grandmother's house, we usually kept over there with the Star Wars stuff, so we didn't lose it. And my grandma was really, you know, don't take that home, you're gonna lose it. Which I really listened to her, because probably right around the time I was getting out of Star Wars, I took the whole box of my little Star Wars figures home with me, took them over to my friend across the street Boyd's house, left them over there, said I'll get them next time. And then we hardly ever talked again. You know how it is when you're being kids. At this time he was at a different school, I was at a different school, we were getting more mature, more into the teen years, and I left them over there, never did go back and get them. I don't know what happened to them. But I remember even my grandma had a Donnie Osmond doll that she won at bingo or something, and she held on to that thing for years, saying, hey, it's going to be worth something. She always thought everything was going to be worth something. That Donnie Osmond she ended up giving to a little girl down the road, probably in the mid-'80s, late 80s, that was kind of come from a poor family, so she just gave it to her. That girl probably didn't know who Donnie Osmond was, but we're getting way off track here. So the 12-inch line, I'm going to try to remember this in my head. Of course, you had Obi-Wan. I can remember there being an Obi-Wan. Like I said, I have no real attachment. Princess Leia, always said it was more aimed toward the girls. It came with a brush and everything. Darth Vader would have been cool to have for sure. Then you have R2. R2 is a great looking R2. If you don't have that R2, that's a great looking R2. 3PO, which I do have a 3PO and R2 now. They're not in great shape, but I do have them now. Of course, Han. We talked about Han. I remember having Han Solo, had that necklace. Him and Luke both had that medallion. That was kind of cool. Of course, Boba Fett. I've got Boba Fett right over here. Of course, I had to buy a toy show probably about 10 years ago now. Probably a while back now. Time goes fast, doesn't it? But that's Boba Fett over there. And that is a great figure. I've done a whole video on that Boba Fett. If you haven't seen, check it out. That's probably one of the best Boba Fetts of that size. Compared to what Hasbro did in the 90s and 2000s with a 12-inch Boba Fett, this one still holds up. And Kenner's original plan was to have it talk and everything. It would have been a whole lot better. It was going to light up. And again, I did a whole video on that. I don't know why this line just kind of escaped me. It's odd, because I got the Micro Machine figures. I got the Micro Collection. I got the regular figures. I got comic books. I got puzzles. I think they were just too big to have fun with. You didn't have any ships with them. I can remember the Luke. I can remember the Luke. It seemed like he was missing a shirt a lot of times, and every time I do find a Luke, it's almost missing a shirt. And I do got a Luke right over here that I bought on a toy hunt not too long ago at a comic book store. But I can remember being in the basement of my house. We had this square. It looked like wood, but it wasn't wood. It looked like wood. It was, I don't know what it was made out of, but you flake it off, peel it off, I guess. Just had a wood look to it, but wasn't wood at all. And it was always like in the middle of the room with a couch behind it. And I can remember getting that Han Solo and that Luke, to having to find a way to get them from that table to the couch, or to the couch to the table, using the grappling hook that came with Luke, or just having them jump around. I can remember being on that floor and playing with them. So like I said, I must have got them from my parents, because if it was at my grandma's house, it would have been over there. And I did get an Indiana Jones 12-inch, which I got another one over there. So I guess I wasn't totally out of buying anything 12-inch, but it's just odd that I have memory of them. I knew they made them. Just nothing I really cared about. I'm curious what you guys, did you guys that grew up in that time period? That wasn't out long. They came out in 78. They were gone in 1980. IG-88 did get released, the only official Empire figure that came out. Of course, Boba Fett's Empire, but he was out way before Empire. That's a cool figure right there. I would love to have that 12-inch IG-88. That's a hard one to find right there, especially in the box. But I don't know. I mean, this video should shed light on why I didn't collect these, or why I should say didn't. But I don't like saying collect. I guess I was collecting Star Wars stuff back then, but playing with it. It just probably wasn't that fun when you had the small ones. You had the ships, you had the play sets and everything. And if you're going to the store, there was probably double the price, maybe more, of a little figure. So he's like, hey, I can get 2 figures, or I can get that big doll thing that I'm not going to play with. So that's probably why. But like I said, I had memories of them that I knew they made them. I can remember each one in that little Kenner catalog that came with the play sets. But I don't remember even having a desire for really wanting them. Like I said, somebody got me the Han or the Luke, or one of each for me and my brother. And it's probably because, hey, our dorky 2 kids like Star Wars. Let's buy it for them for Christmas. So we probably, one got Luke, one got Han, which I'm pretty sure my brother got Luke and I got Han. But we're talking 40-something-year-old memories here. So I'm just trying to guess that. But again, let me know, if you were buying the little figures, did you like the 12-inch also? They really just seem out of date too. 12-inch was good, late 60s, early 70s, but by this time, we all fell in love with 3.75. We were moving on. So, like I said, they were fun just to play with, but having a whole line of them, I can't see myself laying around even as a kid and playing with those. So I think that's why I just never really, went to them. I knew they were out there. Like I said, I've seen them in the catalog and stuff, but just never really got into them. And, I picked up a few since I became an adult collector, but overall, they are what they are. They're not bad looking, but they're just really not that fun from a kid's point of view. So let me know, growing up, maybe you preferred them. Maybe you was like, I like the 12-inch ones better. I know somebody's going, they're not 12-inch. Some of them's 12-inch, but some of them smaller. Okay, we know. We just call them 12-inch. But maybe you preferred them. Maybe you're like, I wish they made more of these. They were more fun than my original figures, or my smaller figures, my 375s. Let me know. Just kind of want to talk about them. Hadn't really talked about them in a long time. And again, to get the chat going in the comments section, because this is a nooner. We'll be back with another video later today. And thank you again, as always. Subscribe to the channel. Did this too soon? Thumb up, so I know you like my content. And we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.